Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to the Hunter Classic, where we're into part 2 of our hunting weekend. So we didn't really get that much despite all the time I was out. Like, literally, we just did a little loop here. So I'm probably going to... Actually, that's a good question. What the heck is the, Not Q. It's not Shift. Control? No. I'm trying to remember what the heck is... Apparently F is whistle. That's new to find out. I was trying to figure out what the sprint button was. Oh, C, that's it. I don't know why it's C, but whatever. We'll try running back to the road and maybe actually just take a run to the end of the trail that's here, and then from there just do some free hunting. I admit I didn't expect to get, so taken along there for how long it went, but that's just how the hunting games are. It can take a little while from whatever you're going after. I think the biggest time sink was that the crossbow, I missed that first shot with the whitetail, and because of that, it just went running, and I fumbled around trying to figure out where you'd gone off to. I do like this approach more of being into a hunt much longer and then resuming or starting another episode during it. Just so that way, anything that is going to happen in-game has had, its warm-up period to get started. Okay, this is the one I want to go off of, and we're going to stick hard to this until we easily get sidetracked by a call or something. I'm only going to focus on the males. I don't really see it worth it to actually, use ammo for the females anymore. Because since you can't really, sell them for any GM, it's just a waste of money to actually, go after them, so... In some regards, that does help the game focus more on what you should be going after to hunt. They used to be a good way of, just trying to get some of your shooting skill up. Not that I think they gave you a lot of experience, but when you're starting out with any weapon that has a low level to it, or, any new weapon, you just really feel that it kind of is really unsteady to try getting good aim with. I know the reverse crossbow, I'm not actually sure what level I'm at with it. I might have to check that, to be honest. Okay, you know what? I hear my guy getting kind of out of breath, but I think that takes us... Yeah, we're out of our little ring there. So again, we're going to follow this along. Try to keep an ear out for anything, or eyes open in case there's anything as well. I believe we're... Yeah, there's nothing like super small game on Redfeather Falls. I'm trying to remember how many animals it is for this one. It's black bear, Roosevelt elk, moose, black-tailed deer, and white-tailed deer. And I think it's just those 5. It might even be there are only 5, trophy animals per each map, but I might be well mistaken on that as well. And again, there's not that much information in-game to really know what all is in a reserve. There's no ethical charts in-game for you to work off of. There's not... I mean, that would kind of be nice, is almost even get, a little hit zone chart, or, a anatomy diagram for the animals in-game, too. I mean, they all follow the general rule, so once you know a certain area to aim for, you're kind of well set with it, but... I'm trying to think of what else... what else in game? Oh, again, the ethical chart, all the animals on a reserve. Maybe that's just it. Just a little bit more concise information that way, instead of having to plan everything outside the game of, okay, this is ethical for this and this and this and this. It all just kind of feels more wrapped together in a bit of a better package. The Call of the Wild does have its information there, but it's very, spread out and unorganized. If you wanted to figure... Actually, I think the only way to know what animals are on a reserve is to... Maybe the DLC description in the Steam store, honestly, or something like that. Because now that I think about it, even if you go onto the animals page itself, it doesn't list the reserves it's located in. It just gives you what weapon class you have to use. Or what's the ethical weapon class. It just seems like that is one big thing the games have to work on, is a little bit more information contained right in-game, and that would probably do wonders for it. Oh, wait a minute, does this also have... Yeah, free look. That's one thing I really wanted from Call of the Wild, too. So, for me, I have set up as just X as my free look button. That basically means as you're walking in a direction, your character will kind of keep going that way. WAS will control your movements like that, but you can move your head around and actually watch what's going around to your lefts and rights. It's a good way if you are, again, traveling like us and just trying to come across anything on your hunt. You have a chance to look around and see if there's any movement for a different area or not. And then one of the most invaluable tools is definitely the auto walk, which is Q for what my binding is. Because I think your hands would get pretty tired having to hold down constantly for like the distances you could walk in the game. Actually, let me toggle that again. Yeah, just kind of keep us following the road for a while. I don't know if we'll hear anything else or not. Like, I think mostly during the middle of the day, I don't think there's as much activity, but I may be mistaken. Again, I feel like I'm giving a lot of vague and not actually like concrete information, but it's just because there's a lot for me to learn coming back into the Hunter Classic. In truth, when I was playing this, I was also younger and dumber, let's be honest. Young and dumb kind of fit together pretty well for a reason, but I didn't know all the ins and outs, so there's still a lot. Oh, is that a tree stand or is that just a branch? Okay, just a branch, just weird coloring on it. Because that was one thing too, is that I might have missed was when we were going towards that one, like, actually we'll probably actually encounter something like that up ahead here, where it might not actually be like a tower stand, but a tree stand. And then I know you can, I mean, it's probably something you'll have to buy or save up the points for through hunting and missions. But you can get, like, tree stands you can put up and manually place around the map. They're probably whenever we go to Timbergold Trails, I think that's where I actually have a tent set up. So we'll probably actually start some hunts from there. And there's interactiveness more than you just have to always start from this place or this place. One thing I used to always do, or would do, was I'd actually put a tent on this little island right here, and the reason being, there's almost like a set radius around your spawn location where animals do not spawn in. So I tried to negate that by thinking, okay, well, all this water around my spot can be the null zone, and that way if there's stuff that spawns like on the coast all around that little lake or islandish area, I can have completely good line of sight to. And it actually worked out pretty well. The only issue is that it takes a while to walk off the island and back onto, like, the mainland to hunt. I'm trying to think of where I've had tents before. I think I had one up here for a little while. I've had one over here. And I don't think I actually had anything out towards, like, the marsh or, like, the little islands there. But it does become strategies and thinking of, okay, let's try over here, let's try up here, let's try over here. You just want to go out to everywhere and see what it's like to hunt on. I don't think there's anything like distribution patterns where it's like you're more likely to find deer here or elk here or moose here or... I mean, again, maybe there is. There's just... This is definitely one of the games where there's been a lot of stuff really put into it to bring out the realism. So it could be there are habits like that to it. And we got some more rain. Now, up here, we may spot something across the water. This was usually an area I would go to pretty often for when I was hunting. And the reason being is I think this entire area here is pretty wide open for viewing. So you'd be able to see quite a few things. Although, truth be told, I think it's supposed to be a tree stand, but it looks like it's not even attached to any... Oh, yeah, there we go. I guess the tree's just slowly loading in as we're getting closer. Yeah, that's what I probably missed when I was in the other area, is it's just a tree stand and not a full tower. But we'll get up here, just try to get a little look around. I'm trying to think if there's anything particular I want to go after. I might not... I've gotten a black bear, I've gotten moose, I've gotten whitetail, I've gotten elk. I think the only thing I haven't gotten yet is a blacktail for, like, our time on Redfeather. And that might not be a bad way to, like, do these little, like, zone previews or reserve map things. just try to get one of or at least one of every animal in the couple of episodes. But yeah, you just go up to here. There should probably be a little thing or a prompt to say climb. Yeah, press E. So there are just like these standing structures that are out there for use. You don't have to like call the wild, buy a structure to be put up or stuff like that. Is there something way out there? I don't think so. I just kind of see like that black line-ish there. I thought maybe, but it doesn't look like it. Okay. And then we just view the ladder and go back down. Oh. That sounds like a blacktail. Yeah, it is. I'm going to stay on this side of the river just because that'll give us a good bit of distance that hopefully it won't like see us and get skittish. And maybe see if she's got any males around her. I found it seems kind of rare to find like a mixed group, like male and female to it. Generally it leans heavily to like male dominated, female dominated, or majority I guess. It's kind of rare to come across that many herds. Because I guess it is a herd of deer, I think. It's definitely not a pack of deer, it's definitely not a flock of deer, so I think it is a herd of deer. Oh! Yeah, there's something up there. I just can't tell what it is going across the water. Oh, it looks like some elk. Actually, a fair-sized herd of females. But again, that's what I'm talking about, where it's like they don't really mix all that much. Yeah, case in point here, I think that's going to be a herd of does for the blacktails. All just female elk, so there's nothing to gain by going after them. Just gonna see if I can try to spot the blacktails. Maybe I'll have to try calling them out more. That says they're right... Oh, hang on. Ooh. I forgot there was rainbows in the game. That's actually pretty nice to come across. Actually, hang on. No, wait, that's run. P? I know I have a picture, don't I? What's the camera? 6. Yeah, if you want to be a wildlife photographer, you can be that here, too. There we go. Oh, nope, my bad. There, so even if you don't want to actually hunt the animals, if you just want to be a wildlife photographer, this is a prime opportunity. You can enjoy that from this. And it's also free to play as well, so... Oh, there we go. Okay, we got somebody walking in. Oh yeah, that's a black-tailed doe. I don't see anybody else with her, though. So I do think it's maybe just her and another one on their own. Just going to keep a watch of her while I get a small drink. Oh, and I do see the other one that called. Yeah, it's just a couple of does. That's generally what you'll find. It's going to be a pack of does or a pack of males, and usually of the males, it's a lot of like low-scoring ones and maybe one good one. I think the really high-scoring animals are a lot more, like, solitary, and more of a challenge to actually get, to hunt, because they're a lot more sensitive than others. How do I want to do this? I mean, I don't really care if we spook them, because they are just some does. It'd be different if there was actually, like, a buck walking with them, but I don't think there is anything there. And again, I'm going to save the ammo, so that way we're not just, like, throwing money away. Yep, send her off. It also goes to show that they do have quite the detection range on you as well. Because we were a fair ways out, and they just went running off there. It's basically, if you want a realistic hunting simulator more, you will want the Hunter Classic. If you want more, like, kind of gamey, arcadey-wise, Called Wild is your better bet. And where do I want to go from here? Maybe I'll try going north a bit. Like, it is possible, too, that maybe all their calls might draw a buck towards where they were. But I don't know if the game is that dynamic with the AI. But yeah, there's just some of the tracks. I think the females, what they're good for now in the game is to improve your spotting and your tracking skills. Because if you're, like, just starting out, you don't get a lot of information from the tracks, I don't believe. But you can use them, like hitting the 3 in a row will build up and let you improve that. So that'll make it easier when you do start tracking, like, the males and the bucks and that of the game. So I think it's every 3 would kind of be like an experience point. Oh, okay, well there we go. Actually, I'm trying to think. I know that's set in a single hunt. I'll have to really go through the missions, because there's actually a surprisingly large number of them. I guess it makes sense, too. If you're trying to make the game more free to play, you do need something more than just, like, these little varied breadcrumbs of each animal gives you a bit. So the missions will definitely be probably your primary way of earning your amounts of, like, GM, or game money. Maybe that's even what GM stands for. Yeah, it's nice that there is more of a free-to-play access, and if you do want... Oh, here we go. There we go. That's actually the last animal from this reserve that we haven't gotten one hunted yet. Okay, just want to make sure, yeah, I'm not into, like, I'm not running right now. That's one thing that... This is actually one of the UI elements I want them to see bring into Call of the Wild, where you actually have a little icon that shows if you're crouching, you're prone, you're standing, or you're sprinting. Because that is very handy to know if you actually are going to be getting up to a sprint or not. Although, again, like, man, it definitely seems like these hunting games are you gotta be in for the long haul if you want to get a lot of stuff done to them. Like Call of the Wild, you can squeeze in more just because of, like, the more arcaded, how it's kind of like arcade in a way. When it comes to the Hunter Classic, you've got to be ready to have some time to sink in for them. But at least if we can get this, then that's all of the animals from Redfeather Falls. We've taken one down. I've gotten to show off some of the map, too. This, again, it always gives me, like, the interior British Columbia feel for, like, this map. I'm actually really surprised at all the tracks. I'm guessing these might be some elk. Yeah, this is probably where all that entire, like, elk herd of females just walked through. I guess they'd be cows. Well, elk cows. Yeah, Yeah, so let's see. I think the only track okay, I might be missing the, Oh, hang on, is that? No, that's just a rock. Such a skilled hunter. What's that? It's a rock! Yeah, eyes will play tricks on you no matter the hunting game, because you can be so eager trying to get something. Okay, no, that was just the elk. Okay, the call was from up ahead more. I haven't really seen anything like movement that makes me think he's actually coming to us. So we'll try going up towards where that call came from. Yeah, I think I'm the only one making noise around, so yeah, I'm going to use the free look and just try to approach where that track is, or where there might be a track. Okay, I'm guessing that might be it there. If not, it may be another male, and we might actually have a little group of them. But it is basically dead on towards where I put down the marker for the call, so I'm guessing that is him. Yeah, okay. Now, because I don't think anything would have, like, disrupted his pattern for where it was going, I think we can just follow this and we should find more tracks. Because one thing is that he never did reply to all of our calls. I might even try another one just to see. Oh. Well, it's not exactly a blacktail, but there is something else. Looks like well, it's a moose that's trying to drown itself. The only question I have is, should we go for both? Let me try to find another blacktail track, and that might tell us the distance it got. Oh, actually, we got a couple of moose there. See, and I don't see any tracks from the blacktail, so I might actually have to take one of these guys. No, is it a pair? Oh no, it's just... Actually, maybe it is a pair of males. Oh! Is that our blacktail up there? Is that a whitetail? Okay, well, we got these two. And we got something else that was just over the hill. I think it was the blacktail because, well, I mean, the tail did have a little black patch on it. But it doesn't look like he was really interested. Yeah, and then those are just the elk we've been seeing. Okay, which one be... See, you're kind of a darker coloration, but I don't think you're anything, like, special. 65 to 140. Yeah, you're the big scoring one, though. 110 to 185. I think what I'll have to do is just go for one of these guys once they present me with a good shot. Because that blacktail, I couldn't tell how good of a score that one was going to be. If I'm good at a shot, maybe I can even try getting both of them. Oh, they actually did go pretty... Oh, there we go. Okay, so that was a shooting level up. Now, I just gotta figure out the way across. I think I can just go right here. So oh, come on. That's one of the problems with the game is it will be stingy about letting you get across certain areas. There we go. Okay, so we'll head over here. These will be the last two. I don't think I'll get trophy shots with them. Is that something up there, or is that just... Okay, no, that's nothing. I thought I was just seeing, like, the tail of something up there, but it's just the way it was from, like, a distance. Okay, so we can get the tracks from you. Oh, that was actually a long heart, so I'm surprised that it took that... Oh, yeah, there's that. I think the only thing I'd be missing now would be... black bear track, and that might be that mission complete. No, you were a single shot, actually. Okay, so there's a good little bit from you. It's the other one, and I'm kind of curious how many shots actually landed on it. Intestines, so gut shot. Not exactly proud of that, and I want to try to get these before we're like done this episode. Just because this game is a lot more stingy on if you... Oh, actually, wow, right there. He didn't go down that much further, did he? I think he got a number of shots into him, though. I think this guy took quite a few. Oh, actually just 2, but... yeah, we won't take a trophy shot of that either. But... There we are. Okay, so that's those 2. There was blacktail around here. I kind of would like to find a black bear trail, or just a print, because I think that would actually be like the mission done. Female. Yeah, still the female. Female again. And that was just moose. You know what, I'm just going to go for a little bit of a run, see if I can find a black bear print quickly. Because if it is, that's a mission done. I think that's a little bit a GM I can actually, like, have to the account. Which would mean I can buy more ammo, and it makes it easier hunting other stuff with ammo. Oh yeah, from what it seems, I don't think we'll be able to get that blacktail this episode. And truthfully, I'm not actually think I'm going to try for another animal. It's mostly just going to be to try going for a little run along the water, and if I'm lucky, maybe I can find a black bear print. And also just make it across here too, because it can be a little difficult getting across rivers. There's a certain depth limit where it almost acts like an invisible wall. You can't go further. I think usually up here there are sometimes black bears that go along the water, or at least you might be able to find them at like the crossing points where animals just have wandered by. But I do think this definitely worked out quite well for like making the Hunter both a weekend series and also doing the continuous hunt along. Because that actually turned out into what? I guess actually that was just the 2 moose, wasn't it? I thought maybe I had gotten more, but no, it was just the whitetail and the elk from last episode. And I guess just doing them back to back, you, kind of forget that. Yeah, I'm just going to keep running for a little while. I don't even need to, like, try getting into a shooting position for anything. It's just hoping as I run around, I'll see one of the prints and I can scan, or I can register it. And that'll be a mission complete. I thought there would be bear up around... Oh! Something popped up just here. Oh, mushrooms. Yeah, there's not really much of a purpose for these other than just being like a random collectible in the world. Oh, come on, let's try to find a bear, and just that way we can say we got a mission accomplished while we were also out here. Looks like it's not going to happen, though, because, again, like, these maps are extensive. Like, for all that we were out, that was basically just all of our ground we covered right there. Really not that much in the grand scheme of just how big each reserve is. And there's, like... How many are there? Like, maybe around a dozen maps? Like a dozen different reserves? Actually, let me try counting, because I can zoom out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I guess 10 right now. I don't know if there are plans to add more or not. I mean, 10 reserves, and with them all being large maps, you have a lot you can do in them. I think it's more, do you actually have the free time to be able to... Oh, there's something. Oh, you're not bear, though. Looks like maybe moose or elk. Elk. Oh, actually, says it's not that far. Okay, well, I guess we'll keep running up along the river here. The big thing I'm hoping for, and I know I don't have a lot of time unless I want to make this a really long episode. It's just that I think I'm right at the very end of it if I could find that bear track. No, I actually see the elk. Yeah, there she is right there. Ah, shoot. I was hopeful, but I guess that's... maybe that's what I get for being too hopeful. I'll just run up to a little further and then end this episode here, because... yeah, I don't want to try to have them too long... Oh, hang on. Got something else here. No, more mushroom. Yellow swamp Ursula. I could find those two little tiny mushrooms in the middle of the vast wilderness, but no bear prints. Oh, what are you? Are you going to be my saving grace? No, moose. Well, darn. I hope, but I guess I was just not going to be in luck for this one. But again, the maps are also still pretty good to look at. Like, the game is a few years old, but that just means that it might be a little bit more easy to handle for some people than if they're trying to play Call of the Wild. And yeah, I think free to play, because it is that, you can try it out for yourself, see what you think of it. Oh, what do we got here? Probably elk. Black bear. Wonder, would that count? That's what I was looking for, but I don't have anything coming up to say, like, mission complete. And I don't see any other tracks around here of it. Oh man, don't tell me that that's not going to count because it's not like a footprint. But at least it was in this area, so maybe if I can spend just a little bit longer. I'm just trying to squeeze this in. Oh, I think this might... okay, well this is droppings. I don't know if that'll count either. See, nothing came up from it, so I don't know. But I might be able to find another print or another trail mark from that. There we go! Prove yourself completed. Okay, that's what I wanted. So, thank you guys for joining me on this episode of the Hunter Classic. If you have a suggestion for what map I should go to next, let me know in the comments down below. And we'll see about going from there. Not just another call from something. But I am enjoying this, and I hope you guys enjoy this now that I'm kind of bringing it for the full weekend as a series. Until I see you in the next video, those survivors and hunters, please remember, as always, to take care and stay alive.